Trump found himself in a lose-lose situation during the first presidential debate. Here's why. Neither Trump nor Hillary supporters are changing their minds. They are rock solid in their opinion. They know who they're voting for. The target audience of this debate is the undecided voters. Well, both candidates hope to provoke supporters of the other candidate. That's always a goal during a debate or during any type of campaign effort. It is a dream come true when a supporter of the opponent does something crazy that can then be lifted up and used to blanket generalize every supporter as being. They use the worst case scenario as a representative of the whole. So if a Trump supporter after the debate is provoked by Hillary and he puts on a Make America Great Again hat and drives to a gay wedding and stands outside and heckles and throws eggs at the groom and groom while, yelling homophobic obscenities, that's a dream come true for Hillary because that person will be lifted up and made the image of all Trump supporters. This is the whole idea of this demonization campaign that Hillary started a few weeks ago with her alt-right thing. You create the demon, alt-right, you describe the despised features, homophobic, irredeemable, un-American, deplorable, and then you label anybody who supports the opposition or who opposes you as being that. And you find a way to frame anything they say or do as fitting into that category. That is the demonization campaign that Hillary's been following. This has been used, this tactic, this propaganda tactic throughout history. And people get so emotionally invested and because of halo effect, they only see this confirming evidence. It'd be like if I said, hey, you're going to eat with John for the first time. You never met him before. John is a real jerk. He's going to interrupt you a whole bunch because he doesn't respect what you have to say. He's not listening to you. He doesn't care about your ideas. All he wants is your money. When John interrupts you, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's confirming evidence. Well, you're unconsciously, you will. But if I were to say, oh, you're going to meet with John for the first time, great guy, super helpful. He actually gets really, really eager and interrupts every now and then, but it's only because he really, truly wants to help. Then when John interrupts, you're going to see a whole different narrative. Your mind's going to tell you a whole different story. That's the priming effect used to demonize people. Now, Trump's also attempting to demonize Hillary and her supporters, but the media is not lifting it up and making it such a public thing like they're doing with Hillary's demonization campaign. So Hillary's is more effective as of now, at least to the undecided voters. The target audience outside of the attempt to provoke and demonize is the undecided voters. The undecided voters are evaluating on what the media has primed them to evaluate on, which is whether or not Trump is temperamentally unfit. Like there's a pin he's going to get right when he becomes president, and he just blow it, like it works that way. Can we trust him with the nuclear codes? It's such a stupid question. It's not. It's a really complex issue that they don't ever care to describe in detail. The candidates themselves don't understand because they're not nuclear scientists. Anyway, the whole point is they want to make people fear for their safety, their security, their lives of their family. That's the idea. Is he temperamentally unfit? Is my family going to die if he's elected? That's one standard that people are evaluating him on. The other one is whether or not they want to be associated with this alt-right racist meme. This idea, whether or not they want to be associated with the party of David Duke. Even though nobody on the other side is lifting up Lena Dunham and saying, Hillary, do you denounce this woman who wrote a book where she describes that she was like a pedophile to her little sister when her little sister was young? And she's 6 years older than, and she used to lay in bed and make her little sister make out with her, and she used to masturbate next to her little sister while she was in bed, and she used to stuff rocks into her little sister's vagina. Do you denounce this woman who wrote about this in her book? Do you denounce this monster? No, nobody brings that up. And David Duke is deplorable, but so is Lena Dunham. She's a monster as well, but nobody cares about that. The point is, there's a climate and environment where people are afraid to admit that they are Trump supporters. It's called the spiral of silence. It's a control mechanism. And they're afraid to associate themselves with what the general public is being led to believe is nothing but racist, xenophobic, un-American, deplorable, irredeemable people. So people are truly evaluating themselves in that manner. Is he going to blow up the country? Am I willing to risk being associated with him? Because, Hillary could be president one day and there's going to be a deplorable basket with the name of every Trump supporter on it. And on top of that, he's facing a 69-year-old grandma who constantly reminds you of that, who at the beginning of the debate reminded you of that, who recently collapsed publicly, was dragged into her car at a 9/11 memorial ceremony, who has been fighting through pneumonia and illness because she loves America so much. You can't attack her. It'd be like walking into a hospital and ripping an IV drip out of her arm. That's how it would be perceived. Oh my gosh, she just collapsed. Go easy on her. You can't punch a grandma in the face after she just collapsed at a 9/11 memorial because of pneumonia. People will look at you negatively. Imagine Trump starts attacking Hillary about Jeffrey Epstein, the Clinton Foundation, about a convicted pedophile helping to start the Clinton Foundation. Right in the middle of that attack, Hillary could just slump over, fall to the ground, and everybody would just be like, Donald Trump caused Hillary to collapse. And they'd be like, well, Hillary just collapsed because of the lights were flickering the wrong way, and the piercing antagonism in Donald Trump's voice caused a reaction in her brain, which it would cause in anybody's brain. She's perfectly fine now. She's recovered. But Donald Trump assaulted her. Assault and battery, and they might even arrest Donald Trump. Now, that's not going to happen, but that it could happen is in Donald Trump's mind, because he saw her, just like we all saw her, collapse on September 11th. Donald Trump cannot attack her without risking something happening that would totally end his chances altogether. The only thing I could recommend for Trump would be to publicly announce that he's a woman. He's been a woman inside his entire life. He's going to go through the process of becoming a woman. That's who he is. Put on a wig, get some fantastic breasts, the best. Fight grandma with grandma. Become a woman for America. That's the only thing he can do. Get a womb, Trump. Get a womb. That's how you beat Hillary, is you get a womb.